Very cool. All on the jigs. This week we're going to talk about the best way to look after your catch. A lot of people turn their nose up at frozen fish, but I reckon if treated well, it actually tastes really, really good. And here's a few tricks that we've learned over the years to care for your catch. First thing is you want to make sure you've got a really nice tidy area for filleting and organised as well. The big thing is to not let the anything touch the fillets. And over the years we've sort of learnt that washing them in fresh water or even washing them in salt water is actually not a very good practice. What it does is that the water's quite warm, it adds to making extra bacteria, and it can spoil the taste. So we're really fussy on how we do it. We make sure we've got, like I say, a really clean area, and I make sure everything is clean on the fillet. We can actually rub the knife along it, take off any extra scales, blood, and obviously on a rag as well to keep your hands clean. What I do is I try and use the actual fillet as a little bed or an area to actually skin and clean up the fish. So I don't actually take it off the fillet once I've skinned it. I'm actually working on there. So in this case we've got our snapper here, we've actually taken the two fillets off. I'm actually going to run the knife now through and actually cut down through the bone area. I try and do this before I get it off the skin. So when I actually take the fillet off the back of the skin, that bone area comes out. So now when we lift that fillet off, the actual bone actually comes out. So now that hasn't touched the bench, hasn't touched any other type of water, it's clean and it's free of the bones, free of any scales. So now we can place this into our container. As you can see, these fillets are nice and firm. Last night we put them in the Icy Tech cooler bin. We put extra ice on them to make sure they're in the best possible condition this morning when we're filleting them. Right, now this is the big trick that we've learnt over the years, and we learnt it when we're fishing for yellowfin tuna. Tuna can spoil quite quick. But what we've found, if you wrap the fillets in paper towels, what it does is it actually whips away the moisture off the fillet, and that moisture is the area that's going to get the bad smell, a lot of the bacteria, and it keeps the fillet a lot drier. And what we've found is it also prevents freezer burn when it's in the freezer. So the fillet is all wrapped up, you thaw it out, take the paper towel just basically just falls off, and it leaves a really nice clean fillet. So we'll show you how we do that. Right, so what I like to do is cut my fillets into portions that are a little bit easier to handle. And this trick, I reckon, has changed the way that we eat fish, and we don't mind actually freezing it anymore. So what we do is we get an individual fillet, lay it on the paper towel, pull it over, and wrap it up. And what that does is that seals the fillet and, like I say, whips all the moisture away. Fillets. Like I say, over the years we've been doing this with yellowfin tuna, and I reckon you're going to get at least another 2 days or even 3 if you put it into the fridge and store it, and it still tastes fresh. And I think part of that is just keeping the moisture off the actual skin. Rightio, we're going to put this into our Ziploc bags now, because we're actually going to freeze these fillets. We've got a big party coming up in a few weeks, and we want to have a bit of extra fish for everyone. So you can already see now some of the moisture actually coming out of the fillet. Right, set that into the vacuum bagger. The other good thing is having it in the paper towels is actually saves getting all the slime and the moisture all over the inside of the bag, so which sometimes can hinder getting a good seal. So yeah, there's lots of good reasons for doing it. And there you go, all wrapped up, ready for the freezer. And I can bet you this is going to taste a lot better than if you just put some wet old fillets in the bag and put them in the freezer. So there's a good trick. For all the rods, reels, lures and terminal tackle and some great advice, call in and meet your team at your local Hunting and Fishing New Zealand store. And for more inspiring online fishing content, visit journeyofafisherman.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel.